try this again. All right, so I'm just gonna introduce to you guys the inverse trig functions. So inverse trig functions are the ones that we're using. There's more, but the ones that we're using, actually I don't know if there are more. I think it's just these. Cosine inverse, sine inverse, cosine inverse, and tangent inverse. And these functions are really similar to the other ones, which are just sine, cosine, and tangent, okay? Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. And tangent is opposite over adjacent, okay? This, hopefully you're starting to get the hang of by now. When we use the inverse functions is when we're given two side lengths and we want to find the measure of an angle. So here's our right triangle. Okay, C, A, B. A is always the angle that opens to the smallest side. B is always the angle that opens to the middle length side. And C is always the angle that opens to the hypotenuse. All right, if I want to find the measure of angle A in degrees, let's say I'm given that A is, let's see if I can pick one that works. So 3, B is 4, and C is 5, okay? And I want to find the measure of angle A. I can use any of these inverse functions and desmos to find the angle measure, okay? So let's use sine because we like sine, we're familiar with sine. So the inverse sine, so sine inverse of opposite over hypotenuse, 3 over 5, is going to give me the angle degree measure. If I was on desmos, I would, hang on, I'm trying to do this, sine inverse, 3 divided by 5. I think I might, I'm on radians, damn it. Anyway, I don't know the number, but if you put it in desmos, it's going to give you a degree measure, okay? Like blah, 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 some degree measure. If you do the same thing, right? If you still want to find angle A and you want to use the cosine inverse function, right? So cosine inverse, it doesn't matter which function you can use any of the functions because we're given all three sides. So if I want to use cosine, I would have to use adjacent over hypotenuse. So in desmos, I would put 4 over 5, and then that's going to give me the angle degree. That's it. Yeah, that's quick and simple and painless. And then I also have the video on how to use desmos, okay? There you go. Get the top